Hi guys, YGOSmurf here, and today I'm going to be talking about phases. Why? Because it's come to my attention that some people don't actually understand how a turn works with all of the phases and the proper steps to go through. And I'm talking about players that are like intermediate players that go to locals a lot, like every Saturday, and they still don't know how a basic turn works. This video is also for beginner players to let them know how to actually do turns. Haha! Here is a list of the phases courtesy of Konami and their official rulebook. As you can see, there are potentially 6 phases in each turn. Starting from the top are the first phase of the turn is your draw phase, your standby phase, main phase 1, battle phase, main phase 2, and end phase. Notice the arrows in the picture. This is telling you that you have to do certain phases before you can do another phase. So you have to have your draw phase before you can have your standby phase, and you have to have your main phase 1 before you can have your battle phase. Real quick, notice that the battle phase is optional. You can go straight from main phase 1 to end phase. However, if you do choose to go into the battle phase, you must go into main phase 2. Draw phase. The main action in the draw phase is to draw your 1 card for the beginning of your turn. Possible actions you can take during the draw phase is activating a quick effect, also known as a spell speed 2 or higher effect, also known as an effect that can be activated on either player's turn. Next is the standby phase. The standby phase main action is to resolve any effects that activate during the standby phase. Possible actions are, again, activating a quick effect. Main phase 1. Some possible actions are summoning a monster. Remember, there is no limit to the number of flip summons and special summons you can do in one turn. However, there is a restriction on how many times you can normal summon each turn, and that restriction is 1 normal summon per turn. You can change the battle position of a monster. You can only change position of a monster once per turn. No attack to defense to attack again. Other cards may change the battle position of the card. So, you can change it to defense position, and then you or your opponent could activate a card, which then turns it into attack position again. There's another restriction on changing the battle position of a monster. You cannot change the battle position of a monster if it was summoned this turn, so be careful which position you summon your monsters. You can also activate slow effects, also known as spell speed 1 effects, which are also known as cards that can only be activated on your turn. You can also activate quick effects, as well as setting spells and or traps. Onto the battle phase. The possible actions you can take within the battle phase are battle with monsters, as well as activating quick effects. The battle phase itself has special steps and restrictions. These will be gone over in another video, and an annotation will appear when that video is available right here on my face. Main phase 2. Some possible actions you can take within your main phase 2 include, similar to main phase 1, the summoning of a monster. The changing of battle positions. However, there is a new restriction in main phase 2 that is applied to changing the battle positions of monsters. And that restriction applies if a monster attacked this turn, it cannot change its battle position. You can activate slow and quick effects, as well as setting some more spells and or traps. Finally, the end phase. The main actions in the end phase is to resolve effects which activate in this phase, similar to the standby phase. However, the end phase also has a discard step, where if you have more than 6 cards in your hand, you have to discard cards until you reach 6. There are also possible actions that can be taken place during the end phase, and these are activating quick effects. There are the phases. Remember that possible actions means it's your choice to do them or not to do them. You get to decide. I hope this video was informative. Watch out for the battle phase video, which should be coming sometime next week. Comment some fun stories or times you've had where you or your opponent has messed up the phases in a turn. Subscribe to me if you deem me worthy. Don't forget to like and share, it really helps me out. Have a wonderful day, guys.